The boy who refused to give up. Have you ever felt like the whole world was against you? Like every door you knocked on was slammed shut in your face? Today, I want to tell you a story about a boy who knew that feeling all too well. A boy who faced rejection, ridicule, and roadblock after roadblock, but refused, absolutely refused, to give up. This isn't just a story. It's a testament to the power of the human spirit. His name was Alex, and he lived in a small, forgotten town where dreams were often seen as a luxury. Alex had one though, a big one. He wanted to be an inventor. Not just any inventor, but one who could change the world, even if it was just his little corner of it. His room wasn't filled with posters of sports stars, but with blueprints, sketches, and half-finished contraptions made from scrap metal and discarded electronics. While other kids were outside playing, Alex was inside, tinkering, his mind ablaze with ideas. His first major invention was a small solar-powered water purifier. He'd seen how the town's well would sometimes get contaminated after heavy rains, making people sick. He spent months on it, sacrificing his sleep and his meager pocket money. He pored over old science books from the library, taught himself basic engineering, and burned his fingers more times than he could count with a soldering iron. Finally, it was ready. It was a clunky, strange-looking device, but in his small-scale tests, it worked. It actually worked. Brimming with excitement, he presented it at the town's annual science fair. He imagined the gasps of awe, the pats on the back, maybe even a prize. Instead, he got laughter. The judges, old Mr. Henderson, who owned the hardware store, and Mrs. Gable, the librarian, glanced at his contraption with polite confusion. A bit ambitious, isn't it, son? Mr. Henderson chuckled. The other kids pointed and snickered at his junk pile. He didn't even place. He packed up his invention, the sting of humiliation far worse than any soldering iron burn. That night, he almost threw it all away. The blueprints, the tools, everything. He stared at his reflection in a piece of polished metal and saw a failure. But then, something stirred within him. A quiet voice that whispered, "So what?" They laughed. Does that mean the water is clean? Does that mean the problem is solved? The answer was no, the problem was still there. And maybe, just maybe, his solution was still the answer. The laughter didn't change the science. It didn't change the need. So, with a deep breath, Alex decided. They could laugh, they could doubt, but he wouldn't quit. This was just the beginning. He went back to the drawing board. He realized the judges didn't understand his vision because he hadn't explained it well enough. His device was functional, but not user-friendly. He needed to do better. He started going door to door, not to show off his invention, but to listen. He talked to the families who relied on the well. He learned about their worries, their struggles. His mission was no longer about winning a science fair. It was about helping his neighbors. This new purpose fueled him. He redesigned the purifier, making it simpler, more efficient, and easier to build. He wrote a clear, step-by-step manual with diagrams so anyone could understand it. He didn't just have an invention anymore. He had a solution. He approached the town council. He was nervous, remembering the science fair. But this time was different. He didn't just talk about gears and solar panels. He talked about people. He talked about health. He talked about creating a better, safer community for everyone. The council was skeptical at first, but a young councilwoman, Miss Diaz, saw the passion in his eyes and the logic in his plans. She convinced the others to give him a small grant, just enough to build a larger prototype unit for the main town well. The pressure was immense. This was his one shot. The whole town was watching now, not with ridicule, but with cautious curiosity. There were setbacks, of course. A crucial part broke. A sudden storm threatened to ruin his electronics. Each time, Alex felt that old despair creeping in. But each time, he remembered why he started. He thought of the families, of Miss Diaz's faith in him, and he pushed through. The day of the final test arrived. The whole town seemed to be gathered around the well. Alex took a deep breath, flipped a switch, and the machine hummed to life. Water flowed through its pipes and filters, and trickled out the other side, crystal clear. He handed a glass to the mayor. The mayor hesitated, then drank it. A slow smile spread across his face. "It's clean," he said, his voice filled with surprise. "It's perfectly clean." A cheer erupted from the crowd. It wasn't the sound of laughter or ridicule. It was the sound of gratitude, of awe, of a community witnessing a small miracle. The boy who was once laughed at had become the town hero. Alex's story doesn't end there. His invention won national awards, and he received scholarships to the best engineering universities. He went on to create many other things that helped people in small towns just like his. But he never forgot that first failure. He never forgot the sting of being laughed at, because that moment taught him the most important lesson of all. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to refine your vision. Failure isn't a stop sign, it's a guidepost, pointing you in a new direction. So, whatever your dream is, whether you're building an invention, writing a book, starting a business, or just trying to be a better person, there will be people who laugh. There will be moments of soul-crushing doubt. You will fail. But like Alex, you have a choice. You can let the noise of the world silence your ambition, or you can listen to that quiet voice inside, the one that knows your true purpose. You can pack it all up, or you can go back to the drawing board, learn from your mistakes, and come back stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever. The only true failure is giving up. Don't give up. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that I hope will inspire and motivate you. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Until next time, keep building your dreams.